Back once again, IntoMobile in the UK. Just I'm checking out the Nokia X6. Very nice 16 gig, or at least in this variant device. This comes with the Music Edition, not that you'd know any difference, but hardware more or less exactly the same. And that's really actually the point of this 5 minutes with this device, is just to take a good look at the hardware itself. So this is Nokia's first capacitance touchscreen device, for at least as far as I'm aware. Talking of touchscreens, you can see immediately the epic amount of residue left on the screen. That's not unique to the X6. Numerous other devices suffer with that as well, but that's why we've all got pouches and cleaning cloths, right? Or not. So anyway, moving on. The X6 has, I don't know, I suppose what I guess you would call it a widescreen type approach to touchscreen. So it's quite narrow if you're holding it vertically. Horizontally, not so much so, but I mean, I imagine for movies it's pretty good overall. Had a relatively limited time with this device, but nonetheless. You've got a slot here where you pop in your smart card, or SIM card, I guess we call it now, and popping off the back just for a second. So you can see here, nice, what are we at for this one? 1320 milliamp battery, and as you just get the thing apart, get into the gubbins of the device, as it were, then you've got your battery bay, so aforementioned SIM card slot, and also well, your internal memory anyway, so you don't have a card slot as such on this one. But let's look at some of the bits. So we saw the SIM card, that's the base of the device with your 3 keys there. So you've got like an action button, start call, end call button. Going around this side, you've got a camera button, a lock key, or rather spring-loaded lock switch, and our favourite toggle-based volume button. And then at the top, you've got your power button and also your 3.5mm jack, your charging slot, and your USB, which is a micro USB. Hurrah! So getting towards standardisation slowly enough. So I mean, that's really the device with its closed off, as it were, or of a fashion. Popping the battery back in there. I will mention just briefly, not a cheap device, so we're looking at prices actually not too far removed from the iPhone. Not entirely sure what a plastic door or plastic panel is doing on the device of that cost. I mean, when you get into the hundreds of euros, hundreds of pounds, I'd like to think that you would be getting something a bit more substantial than that. As you can see, I'm halfway through popping it on. Almost looks like the door's broken, and then I have to kind of run my hands along it and force the back on. Not loving that particularly, though it is a flush fit, to be fair, well engineered by Nokia, but the actual material itself, when you compare it to the likes of the Legend and the iPhone, doesn't feel as well put together. So we've got a 5 megapixel camera, dual LED flash, nice. Other than that, some forward facing camera as well, very smeary touchscreen. There's not too much more else to say on that. Let's just put some of the things alongside it so we can see. So HTC Legend, Nokia X6, the Legend is immediately wider, smaller, well, not as tall screen rather, but slightly wider, and build wise, utterly no comparison. Legend takes it hands down. Usability wise, I have to say I'm really quite liking the Sense UI, and also the Android Sense UI on top of the Android UI. I guess that's the right way to put it. But this is using still touch variant of S60, so feeling a little bit tired. But as a device overall, it's got some neat software on board, and we'll try and take a look at that in another moment. Really, just at this junction, it was to look at the hardware itself. It's not bad, but then it's not brilliant. So it's a tricky one really to call. I guess if you like Nokia's and you're desperate for a touchscreen, and you wanted something that wasn't too far removed from S60, then you would buy this. However, probably there are a lot of people that maybe aren't that way inclined, and would probably buy something else. But it's not bad, and it's not brilliant. It's just it's okay. So that's a summary, I suppose, of the X6 as it stands right now. We'll move on to software in another segment.